I have actually muted my microphone. Now they can hear me. Wonderful. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'll do it again. Hello, 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 everyone. And welcome to a brand new Stranded Alien Dawn live stream. My name is Jens. I am part of the community team here at Frontier, and I'm going to be your host during this live stream while we dig into some of the new and wonderful mechanics from the Tame and Train update, which is coming out tomorrow for Stranded Alien Dawn in early access. I'm going to try to stop clapping my hands because I know it's annoying when I do it. Excuse me. Coming out tomorrow, where we'll be introducing some fun new things for everyone playing Stranded Alien Dawn. Or if you're jumping in for the very first time, then you'll get to experience these mechanics for the first time alongside everyone else. I think it's going to be a very, very fun one. If you are joining us on these streams for the very first time, first and foremost, welcome. If you're unfamiliar with Stranded Alien Dawn, it is a planet survival sim in which you manage a small group of survivors who have just recently crash landed on an alien planet. And personally, I think it's a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of people in chat who think it's a lot of fun. And someone else who thinks it's a lot of fun is the person joining me for this stream. It is none other than Lydia Moon. How are you doing, Lydia?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back.
Yes.
This is your first live stream of the year, I believe.
Yes, since we broke up for the holidays.
Yeah, since we broke up for the holidays.
Yeah.
We broke up. You went on holiday.
Yeah.
During the holidays is what
That's what you say when we was in school, when you break up for like half term or something like that.
Right,
well, I don't know. I don't know if they use it now, but that's kind of how we used it.
That is a very interesting turn of phrase, but I do understand where it's coming from. Hope you're doing well. Are you ready to dig into some of these new wonderful things that
I want to name some of the animals.
You will definitely get to name some animals. You are a animal naming expert, I would say.
Not really, but I do find it quite exciting when you can personalize your animals in the game. So I think that's a cool element to it as well. So
that is definitely one of the things that we are going to be talking about. But first, before we do that, let's have a quick look in the chat and see if we can find some familiar faces. Planet Becky is here, of course. Crispy Tater Tot, as always. Osric from the mod team is here. We've got Yes Man over on YouTube chat. Void Flakes over on Twitch. Urimakis, of course, as always.
Crispy Tater Tot.
Crispy Tater Tot.
Tater Tot.
Who did tell me, actually muted this time. Yes, I was actually muted this time. I'm very, very sorry. But we did figure it out. Please apologize for that. But yeah, no, it's hey, Fran from the CM team is in chat as well, so that's great. Nerolia Gaming also over on the YouTube chat. So lovely, lovely. Welcome everyone. Great to have you all here. So yeah, what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about the Tame and Train update, which you know, it's kind of in the name. There's some taming, there's some training.
Wow.
It has to do with animals. There's no train as in choo-choo train, which I think caused some confusion on the last stream when we talked about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it involves animal training, it involves animal taming, and it involves some new animals that were, well, one new animal that's being added to the game, which we will take a look at later on when we dig into the live gameplay. And one new survivor as well, which we'll be showcasing during this very live stream. We talked a bit about him last time, but this time we're going to be, you know, he's going to be part of the gameplay, as it were. And yeah, if you know, if people are excited, please feel free to shout it out in the chat. We would love to hear what your thoughts are on the Tame and Train update. And you know, you and I, Lydia, it's part of our job to see what people are saying on, you know, Steam, on Reddit, on Twitter, and everywhere else. What's it been like sort of following the community reactions for the past week after we announced this thing?
I think it's always great to be able to announce something that we've been working on for a while, and then also it's kind of fun when you see people suggesting the things that you know are coming, and then you can finally reveal it to them, and then they get really excited for what's come, because even in the comments on the socials we've been seeing, a lot of people have been looking forward to kind of a taming update, and then we obviously have that insider information, so I'm like, oh yeah, well, one day you'll find out. But yeah, I think it's really nice as well that we have our own Discord that we're all, so Tim, Jens and I are in that Discord, and we read all your comments and suggestions on there, and we also feed that back to the dev team who are working on the game. So it kind of is a really close process that we have in terms of being able to talk to the community and then being able to kind of be in the middle of all that. So we get to be involved a lot more, I think, having that Discord. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, definitely come over to the Discord and chat with us. And there's a lot of experts in there as well.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people there who know, I would say, a lot more than even I do about the game.
Definitely. And a lot of them, a few of them as well, had played on the insane mode difficulty, and yeah, it's just a lot of very good and knowledgeable players in there that can help you out if you are having trouble with anything in your playthrough, or if you want some tips and tricks. That'll definitely help you out in the Discord.
So feel free to head to our Discord. I will later grab the link and drop it in the chat, but you can also find links to it on our socials. There should be a link on the website, which is strandedaliendawn.com as well. I think you can scroll down a bit and you should find the Discord logo. And yeah, there we go. The main Frontier Development channel, at least over on Twitch, is calling out the Discord right there. So that is great. But yeah, speaking of the Discord, before we get into the Tame and Train update, and before we get into the game proper, I want to give a few shout outs to some of the people in our Discord and some of the things that they have been sharing and creating recently. So we should have some screenshots that people have shared to the Discord that we can hopefully bring up on the screen very, very soon. Fingers crossed that everything is working as intended. Now. Yes, now please. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, first off, let's. I'm going to give a shout out to Hurrah for the incredibly funny Lara's diary I don't know what to call this really, but it's been sort of a story-based series of
Yeah.
screenshots that has been shared to the Discord server over the winter holiday, the Christmas holiday, and over New Year's, in which Lara is chronicling her adventures out in the on the alien world and what's happening around her. And I got to say, it's been incredibly funny to follow all these things.
Yeah.
They are super well written. The screenshots are really good as well. The way they weave in different narratives, the way they weave in different characters as well is always very, very fun. So I think Lara's diary may have ended.
Yeah, it ended
over New Year's.
It ended on the second day of New Year's, and I really liked the panel where it was like, Lara's diary, the end.
Yeah.
That was it. And we're like, and then some people were like, oh, when is season 2?
If Hara is watching, then I would love to see a season 2. That would be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think we're dropping in sort of midday here on day 65, where Lara has joined up with Ken in their camp. Apparently, Ken spent all day looking for other survivors. We've seen many signal rockets. Ken always reported their campsites to be completely empty when he got there. Yeah. So check those out on the Discord. There should be a screenshots channel where you can scroll on up and take a look at that. Next up, let's take a look at this base design from Valen21. If we get the screenshot up, please. This should be, that should be the one from Valen21. I believe a recent joiner to the Discord server. I just wanted to showcase this thing because I think it looks really, really cool. Like, it's a sort of proper, compound type deal on this this camp here. Year 3, day 4. They've progressed a fair amount, I would say. They have how many survivors? 6 survivors. They have a very nice sort of kill box for all the attacking insects that's going to come, attacking aliens that's going to come their way as well at the front there. Just very, very good base design from Valen21. I think we can then move on to Bug Hunter, who's been working their way through the next screenshot, please. Yes, there we go. Who's been working their way through winter up to, I think it's 8 survivors here. So they have very recently gotten the 8 survivors achievement, I believe. They did say that they had a bit of a mishap with clothing, so all of their poor survivors are slowly freezing to death.
Oh, no.
But yes, that is what happens sometimes when you play Stranded Alien Dawn. All right, I think we're going to move on to the next screenshot, please. I just wanted to highlight this one because it is a gorgeous farm.
Yeah.
And I've noticed there's no fences on this one. It's all farming. It's all peaceful and lovely. So maybe this player
in this screenshot is peaceful, but I wonder.
Screenshot is peaceful.
If
it might be maybe the
animals will come and start grazing on your lovely farm.
Maybe the fences are further out, but or maybe they turn on the mode where there's no animal attacks. Could be.
Yeah.
I just thought this one was very, very neat, very proper, very very, very cool to look at, very nice to look at.
Yeah, very aesthetic.
Very, very aesthetic indeed. So the next one here is from Nerdy Girly, also on the Discord. Also, again, a very nice looking, very neat looking base that they've got built here. They've got even the expedition balloon in the background. They've got their farms going, got a bit of a fence, got some defenses up as well, just in case of an animal attack. This is day 18 on year 2 in the middle of summer. So this is looking very, very nice, I think. And I'm just going to have a little sip of tea before we jump to the next one. This comes in from Nerolia Gaming. Nerolia takes some amazing screenshots, some of which we have already shared on our social channels.
And they're in chat as well.
And they are also in chat. Shout out to Nerolia. This, I believe they said that this was the smallest base that they had ever built. And I think there's sleeping spots for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 survivors. And I like that they've used, yes, it's very small, it's very compressed, but I like the way that they've used this, used the space here. And it's very, very efficient, very well done. And so I just wanted to highlight this on stream, basically. It's very cozy, as Osric points out in YouTube chat. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is from Vox Mantis, who's just recently started a new game, saying that this cliff here just begs for a base design, and I gotta agree. I think building something on this cliff would be very, very cool. I think also provides some very nice natural defense against all of the animal attacks that would be coming their way. But one thing that we're going to start doing on these live streams here is we're going to pick out screenshots that we like and sort of showcase them at the beginning of the stream, and then we're going to give a sort of screenshot of the week shout out to someone who's shared something over on Discord. So coming up is our screenshot of the week, the first one screenshot of the week for the Stranded Alien Dawn live streams. So I think we can just skip to that one right away. And it is another lovely little screenshot from Nerolia Gaming. As I said, they take amazing screenshots. This is their duck pond. At least that's what they're calling it, a duck pond, because you can tell that there's a slight, there's a pond there, and there's also some birds walking around and having a good time in the sun and in the water there.
Really pretty.
So I think it looks really pretty. It looks very cozy, very nice indeed, says Osric. I think there might be some cropping involved to get some of the UI elements out of there, and so kudos to Nerolia Gaming for getting a good aesthetic and capturing some incredibly great screenshots. And yeah, as they say in chat, it's Duck Lake, like Swan Lake, but with ducks. And so yeah, congratulations Nerolia Gaming for our very first screenshot of the week. Yay! And now there's plenty of swan and duck emojis in the chat. Very, very good. Let's see some more of those duck emojis. And yeah, I need to start taking more screenshots in Stranded, because it is an absolutely gorgeous game, which I know a lot of people in chat agree with. There was also a comment here from Nerolia about the compact build. We are compact and cozy, but we are a mess with all the wires around the base to provide power. I feel like that's always how it is in games like this, though. You can build as prettily as you want, and then you just have to add one more element, and then suddenly things might go a bit awry.
Sometimes what I find with building as well, when you try to build really nicely, sometimes it's not logistically good for the actual game mechanics.
Yep.
So then you're like, I want to make it look nice, but then it's hard for me to get around some places because I didn't put these in the right area and put these in like all together, and then it just becomes chaos, even though it might look nice. So we are going to move on. We're going to very, very soon jump into the gameplay here that we have prepared for you. We have a lovely little run through of everything that's in the Tame and Train update and what you can expect in terms of mechanics. And to help us talk about these mechanics, to help us talk about the Tame and Train updates, is of course the lovely developers of Stranded Alien Dawn, all the way from their studio. It is Bisser and Kali from Haemimont Games. Welcome.
Hey guys.
Hi everyone.
Great to be here. How are you?
It is great to have you here. We're doing great. How are you two doing?
We're thrilled to announce the Tame and Train update, and we can't wait to see what the players think about it.
I mean, the players already really, really like it, from what I can tell, at least. So you've done a really good job there. And it's, like I said before, it's great to have you here. It's always great to have you both on stream. For everyone who's not, familiar with the both of you, why don't you start out with introducing yourself? We start with you, Bisser.
Really? Okay, yeah. Hey, everyone, I'm Bisser, CEO of Haemimont Games. For Stranded Alien Dawn, I work as a producer on the project, and I try to make the release process as smooth as possible and the lives of the developers easier.
I'm Kali. I'm Bisser's assistant. I'm assistant producer, and I'm helping with all sorts of minor tasks, and I'm not actually trying to make the lives of our programmers easier. I'm asking a lot of questions, and yeah, I'm trying to help.
So you're sort of balancing each other out. One tries to make the team's life easier. One tries to make the programmer's life more difficult by asking questions.
Well,
so you're sort of
someone
50-50.
recently said good cop, bad cop. I'll leave it to you to figure out who is who.
I think I might know who is who based on previous interactions and previous live streams. But we'll leave it up to everyone to figure out on their own. Nerolia, of course, in chat says, nice t-shirts, looking very, very spiffy, both of you, in your Stranded Alien Dawn
we
t-shirts.
have them too.
Yeah, Lydia's also got one. I've also got one with the Stranded Alien Dawn logo, so we're all kitted out.
Yeah.
On
And
this
by the way,
stream.
Kali here has a unique T-shirt of her
It's-
favorite animal, I believe.
Yeah, it's especially for the stream. Like, it's my favorite animal in the game.
Nicely done, nicely done. I mean, I like the Ulfin as well, mostly from a sort of practical standpoint, because you know they're very docile, but also very usable. You get meat from them, you get hide from them, all of that
I
stuff.
don't know. I had a bad experience with the Ulfin in one of my gameplays. They kept coming and grazing on my
Yeah, they will do that.
plants. And then one came, and then a whole bunch came, and then there was loads of babies, and then I just died. So I don't know if that's gonna be my favorite animal.
Yeah, we did also have that one instance during one of our live streams where one literally punctured Ken through the skull, but we don't.
Because there was
turned out fine.
one little one, and then there was a whole army of them that you saw in the background later on.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, the Tame and Train update. It's coming out tomorrow. It's a really cool looking update. What's it been like for the team to work on this update?
Well, it has been really both frantic and exciting. This has been a piece of content that was in the making for quite some time. We've added a lot of things to the game. We've introduced several new mechanics that come with their own presentation, new resources, etc. And polishing efforts continued up to the very moment, up to the very last moment. But that's game development, hey.
That is game development, and not to mention that is game development in early access as well. There's often a lot of stuff happening right up until the edge where you need
Bug
to just push it
fixing,
out the door.
polishing will continue after release as well, because then we'll see what the players think about it, and we'll do everything we can to make it better.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, I think we can jump into this first part of the game here. So I'm going to bring this lap board up here onto my lap, and then we can check out what we have here. So we've started a game. We're sort of in a game in progress. As you can tell, it is day 6 on year 1. We've been building up our stockpile here of various bits and pieces and resources. We have a very simple camp going with these shelters here made from scrap metal. And right over here, we have something new and interesting, which we're going to talk about very, very soon. And luckily, there's even some Ulfin right here that we may be able to do something with at some point. So I think, and also we've got Raka, among our survivors, we've got Raka Chad, we've got Nova Sones, we've got Katina Yule, and new survivor Hugo Delano, who we're going to be detailing later on in the live stream. It looks like a very good group, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Oh yeah.
So, first off, when we want to get into animal taming, we have some Ulfin here that we might want to tame at some point. Where do we begin? How do we unlock all of this this lovely new
I'd say it's your
mechanics?
favorite animal, so please go ahead.
Okay, so at first I would consider like observing the animals, because you have a lot of animals around and not all of them might be tameable.
Right.
And yeah, if the animal is peaceful, you might be able to observe it in its natural environment. So, okay, I can see that you've already had observed the animal.
Yes,
That's
we have
perfect.
done that. Yes.
Yeah, and after you know, like for example, what its favorite food is and so on, you can check the first panel to see what it eats. Yeah, you will definitely need this type of resource so you can start interacting with the animal, and just to show that you're not an enemy. And if you have this resource, you can consider like researching animal taming technology.
Right.
Which is already done here, I believe.
Yes, it has already been done, but it is done through the research bench. It should be available. It should be available from the jump. So there's something you can, once you have the research bench, you can do this immediately if you so want to.
And a minor note here: the And the animals on Stranded, they do have their favorite food. This is not the only type of food that they eat, but you need the favorite food in enough quantities to attempt taming.
Yeah.
Get
Gotta
it?
So
lure
once you
them in
tame
with
an
something.
Ulfen, you might be, yeah, it will be okay eating other types of food as well, but for the taming itself,
Right.
you will need specifically
The taming
its
food.
favorite
Yeah.
food.
Right,
For
yeah.
the taming attempt, yeah.
But I like the sound of that. It's a very good thing that we can then use different, yeah, like you said, different types of foods to keep them happy and keep them as part of our group, basically.
And not attacking you and eating everything around.
Yes, that
And
too.
your farms.
And our farms. So when we, I noticed on the research bench here, once I, hold on, over on research. So not only do I unlock the animal taming mechanics themselves, there's also several new building options that I have. So I think we can go through them a bit quickly over here as well. So we've built a animal shed, we've built some animal feeders, these are just some stockpiles, and some animal spots, because, I mean, the shed obviously keeps your animals dry from rain and things like that. Sleeping spots is where they sleep, and feeders is where they feed, because, you know, it's a good idea to have these things up and running for your animals to be happy and well fed and kept being taken care of, as it were.
It looks cute.
It looks very, very good. It's a very, I think this may have been built just a little bit too far from where everyone else is, but it's also nice to maybe have some distance in case they decide to have a bit of a snack on the things that I've planted. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, specifically for Ulfen, that's one possible approach, or just plant something that they love to eat next to them and hope that they don't come around and eat your survivor designated crops.
Yeah, it's actually very important to plan what you're putting also in the feeders, because you can allow certain foods to be used, and just be careful not to place all the food that you have available for your survivors there.
Yeah.
Because the animals won't hesitate to eat it.
It's probably a good idea to just have some, yeah, like you said, some of it designated for animals, some of it designated for survivors, just to be on the safe side. If you're just joining the stream, by the way, hello, my name is Jens, and I'm joined by Lydia on the sofas here, and I'm also joined by Bisser and Kali from Haemimont Games. We are playing Stranded Alien Dawn and currently showcasing the new Tame and Train update, which is coming to the game tomorrow. And there's some behind-the-scenes stuff happening, so I've lost control of the game currently. But if my kind producer can give me control of the game back very, very quickly, we should be able to continue on. Thank you very much, kind producer. All right, where were we? Yes, we were talking about these new construction options. There's also a fun little thing that we haven't talked about yet, which haven't been unlocked right here, I think. But there's also some animal statues that I think come with this update as well. So can you talk a bit about them? How do I unlock these statues?
You need to observe an animal. You can already see that you have access to the elephant statue. And
there we go.
Ooh.
The little pieces of decorations that can add some personal or some animal touch to your base.
I like it. I can.
I like it as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can. It's a good way. I mean, obviously, I'm going to see what I have in my sheds because they're going to be visible.
You
because
mark it,
but
you know,
just in case I want to make sure that I know what goes where, I can then build these statues and be like, yes, this is the elephant spot. This is the spot for these. This is the spot for this.
Yeah.
I think that's a very, very cool little idea. And it also adds some extra flair and some extra decoration to the camps, which I like quite a lot. Let me just double check as well. Yeah, and of course there are different kinds of animal sheds. You've got scrap metal, sticks. You can make different kinds of feeders from wood, from stone, from metal, all that stuff. So it all depends on what kind of resources you have available. Right now we have a lot of trees around. We have a nice little quarry here, so we can build from stone, we can build from sticks, we can build from wood, whatever we want, basically. Okay, so we've located our animal. We've unlocked animal taming, and so, I mean, right here, there's some taming going on as well. We've sort of skipped ahead just a little bit, but eventually one of our survivors should be heading out to just take care of this here. We have our boy Hugo over here. I think I'm just going to have him go and, yeah, he is on his way to tame some Ulfin. He just needs to grab whatever food they really want, and hopefully he'll be able to do it before nighttime, because, yeah, it is currently 7 o'clock. But we'll see here. So obviously the Ulfin are passive animals. They don't do much unless you try to attack them. What about for more aggressive animals? How do we handle them?
More aggressive animals need first to be calmed down via a new type of weapon that you can craft. It's called the pacifier. It's a special type of crossbow. And once they are pacified, then taming attempts are possible. It is on the third column in the middle.
Right.
But it's not research yet. No. It's
Yes,
there.
pacifiers. There we go.
Yes.
We need some healing balm before we can do that.
And yes, and you need a couple of you need the weaponsmith and animal taming researches complete as well. And as with anything related to weapons, it's not 100% sure that you will be able to do so. And then it's probably a good idea to use more survivors for the attempt. And ultimately, you will need a survivor with a higher farming and ranching skill.
Right.
If you open the panel of the animal.
Oh yeah, on the animal.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. It will says required skill for the wolf, and it's a pretty low level of farming, but it can go higher. It goes higher with the more aggressive animals.
Yeah, you definitely need some tactics there. And also some species cannot be observed if they are attacking you.
Of course.
So this is
Makes
something,
sense.
Yeah. You also need to take into consideration, yeah. So you might not be able to tame something from the first attempt. Most of them actually might not be tameable in their first attempt.
So as you can see here, Hugo is making an attempt at taming the Ulfin. Now, Hugo is a very special survivor. We're going to talk a bit about some of his skills and stuff later on, but he will never fail at a taming attempt. So it's very lucky that he was the one who decided to carry out this. It might have been because I set up his priorities this way, just in case. But yeah, no, he's then tossed out some of this food here, and the Ulfin is happily eating away. Taming succeeded. Oh, look at it! Yeah. That's so adorable. That's so great.
Oh. Give him pats now.
Yeah.
All right. This was perfect. I mean, perfect timing. I felt like I couldn't have planned this any better.
Hugo's patting it now.
Yeah, he's even giving it a nice little cuddle. That's great. Love to see it. So, obviously now we have some new options here. We can heal, we can pet, we can lead it, and we can rename it.
Yay.
So we need to give this Ulfin a name. Lydia, go.
That's always a hard one, right?
Any names in chat? Want to help me? I can't think on the spot. I should have thought of this beforehand.
There might be. I mean, we can name it. Yeah, I put her on the spot. Bridget Gordon has been suggested. Scanix says Jens.
I'll call it Spot.
Spot?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Because you put me on the spot.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
And now they are spots.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we have tamed this Ulfin, and Ulfin can be, so healing obviously means healing, petting is just petting, and then lead will allow us to bring it on over to the sleeping spot here. So I think I'm just going to try to get him sent over there. All right, so there's also a command here that says slaughter. Can you talk a bit about this, Visser or Kali?
Well, there are different things you can do with the tamed animals, and one of them is to use them as food resource. Obviously, this is possible via slaughtering them. There are other possibilities for the player and the survivors to engage with the animals, but if the players want to go the route from, let's say, animal husbandry route, that would be the way. The animals themselves have their needs, and if they're well fed, if they're happy, and if they're animals of different sexes, then then there is a chance for them to have offspring, and the players can experiment and actually have herds out of which they can set aside specific amounts for slaughtering and acquiring that fresh meat in the winter when it's needed, because ultimately it is still a survival game.
Absolutely, yeah. Your survivors still have to eat. They have to stay warm. They have to stay alive. And as I mentioned previously in the stream here, Ulfen are perfect for providing meat and for providing hide. And obviously, the leather that you can then cure from this hide will be very, very helpful in a winter situation. And yeah, this Ulfen here is just sort of happily walking around, grazing a bit, getting some food. So much like with your survivors, they have, as you mentioned, they have health, they have happiness. There's also fattening here, which I assume is how much it's eating, and then also how much it's going to produce.
Yes, and there is one more resource that the Ulfen specifically can provide you. Kali, would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, if you click on the info on the animal, to open the info panel, you can see what type of resources they can give. For example, this is a manure producer, and this is something very useful in the game because you can use it in farms, and also probably there are recipes that you can also research, so you can produce something else out of the manure. But every animal has specifics. Some of the other animals might produce something else, but we will leave that to the players to explore. And also something that might come in handy if you have more than one animal. In the manage section from the bottom menu, we've added a new button in the manage section at the end.
Manage, excuse me. There we go, yes.
And you can see that you have a tamed animals menu that will help you keep track of all the animals. Like you can see where they are, what are the allowed activities. For example, you can heal this animal, you can pet this animal, and so on.
But you can see also that there is no way to train the Ulfen. The Ulfen is not an aggressive animal, so it won't help you in combat when the needs arise.
Yes, there was actually a question from Scanix, which leads me very neatly into the next topic
Yes, combat
here.
Ulfens. Yes, it's been a constant topic here at the office.
Well, if they are attacked, for example, if some of the enemies are approaching them, they might retaliate.
Yes, they might defend themselves.
Yes, because it does say usually passive, small chance to retaliate when attacked, which we have experienced, I think all of us, at some point when we've been playing this game. You can use some of these animals in combat, and by doing that, you will have to train them, and so that will then, I assume, improve their combat skills and make them more efficient, more experienced, as it were.
Yes, and give them higher chance of survival when the combat occurs.
So if you want to, for example, you can then use some of these animals as defense, I assume.
Yes, you can use them as support in the combats that the combats that are occurring in your playthrough, but you will need to tame non-passive animals, more aggressive ones.
Yeah, and also if this is the approach that the player decides to take, just be careful because you definitely need to heal those animals. And they also require medicines and so on, so you need to take care of them.
In combat, you should basically treat them as a different type of survivor. They can get damaged, they can die. You have to take care and make sure that you have medicine for them, not only for your human survivors, but for animal pets as well. And while talking about pets, probably I'm going a step too far here, but we already saw the petting with the Ulfen. The survivors can go and pet certain types of animals, and as a result, there is also the possibility of an animal bonding with the survivor.
Okay.
Which will give both the survivor and the animal a boost to their happiness. But then, if you lose such an animal, the survivor will feel really sad about that.
Which is, natural if
Sad.
they've developed this
Yeah.
bond. So, you've got some long-term, positives coming out
but
of it, but
if
then
you,
also
like-
a potential loss
If
on the way
you
as
bond
well.
with the orphan, then you won't be able to slaughter it. Would you?
Potentially. I've heard some stories about
Yes.
people on farms not being able to slaughter their cows, for example.
Ooh.
But that is something that could happen. If you're just joining us, welcome. My name is Jens. I'm part of the community team from Frontier Developments, joined by Lydia here on the sofa. We are playing Stranded Alien Dawn, which is out now in early access, and it is getting a new update tomorrow. The Tame and Train update, in which you can tame and train wild animals in the game. So we're showcasing that today alongside Bisser and Kali from Haemimont Games, who are part of the development team. Just figured I'd shout that out in case there are some new people joining us from wherever you are in the world watching. So, since these are Ulfen, they can't be trained, but how do you go about training an animal? Is it just as simply as, click a button, walk up to it, and then something happens? Or is there more to it?
This is a dedicated activity for your survivor. So once you expand your immediate objectives with the taming, you will find out that you have more. Your survivors have one more thing to attend to. Yes, it
Okay.
requires enabling the activity or giving direct order for the survivor to do it.
Okay.
And there you get it. What will be the second name?
Well, since we've got Spot, I figured we could name one Stripe. Or maybe Square?
What square?
Spot and Square? Because one is round, one is square.
But a square is a shape. A spot is a pattern.
The Spot is also, yeah, that's true. No, not plaid, plaid. That's a
Plaid?
pattern.
Yeah.
Stripe. Then. If we're going for patterns, let's go with Stripe. Spot and Stripe. So yeah, Spot over here, just having a good time checking out some of this, checking out some of the giant's grass over here. Someone said Argyle. That's a great name. Why did Argyle? Okay.
How about blotch?
Blotch, also very good. Argyle and Blotch. I think we should do that in our next
Yep.
Let's Play live stream. But yeah, when it comes to animal training, I'm assuming it's all about using the different animals efficiently, because there's been some questions about what type of aggressive animals can you tame and what type of aggressive animals can you train. Do you have anything you want to mention specifically, or do you want to leave it up to the players to figure it out?
Well, we definitely don't want to list all the details here, but my favorite animal is the Gujo. And it's a pretty aggressive one. And yes, you can tame it. It's not an easy task, though. Once tamed, then you can train it, and it can be a powerful ally. But as you train it, it's one of the things that I love about this update, because we've introduced those mechanics that are fairly simple when looked at in a vacuum, but they combine in a way that makes basically an emerging complexity puzzle for the player. So if you, for example, tame and then start training a Gujo, you have to be really careful and keep it happy, because otherwise, if it spends too much time being hungry, for example, it may go berserk, and then you have an additional problem on your head. This really highly trained Gujo in your base that you don't really want to kill because you spent such an effort on it, and then you have to deal with that. For example, then you have to find ways to pacify it again and feed it. So there is different types of tasks that the player will face as he goes deeper into taming.
It's quite interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing people, discover all these challenges, discover all the different things that they need to take care of when it comes to taming all of these animals. But like you said, every new animal should sort of be treated like a second. A new survivor, because they can be a drain on your resources. They can be both a help and kind of a hindrance if it all comes down to it. I'm just getting some steps.
For example, having two Ulfens, if I was in your shoes, I would look to plant some something for them specifically to eat close by, and then suddenly I have to feed 4 survivors plus 2 Ulfens, not just 4 survivors. So there you go. The more you have, the more you need to do.
Let's put down some giant's grass maybe so they can chow down on that. That's going to be the Ulfen's little... I mean, obviously they've got these food stores here as well, but they've... just in case they need some extra, we're going to have this over here as well. While all my survivors here start transporting food, and they start transporting sticks and all other things in order to get this stuff built. So we're actually going to jump out of this save, and we're going to jump into a more advanced one. So producer, sir, if you can quickly go back to there we go. I'm just going to save this one because I like where we're at in this particular one. So I'm going to just make sure that I don't overwrite the wrong save here. And let's see, because as we talked about previously, we're going to add in a new animal with the Tame and Train update. And so that should hopefully be in the save right here. Yes, it is. So this is a bit of where are my survivors set? There they are. So we've expanded a little bit, as you can tell. And so we've expanded a little bit, as you can see. We've got some Ulfen over here. We've got a small one right there. We've got a larger one. They have all of the giant's grass that they need in order to eat, hopefully. And we've definitely added some more farms. We've expanded our base. We've made it a nice little cabin thing.
I like the little lake by your base.
Yeah, the little pond here is really good as well. And in case you missed it, you can definitely build slightly into the water as well, which I think looks really, really nice. And some of this, we also got a new balloon up and running as well. Okay, so the new animal that we're going to be discussing is... hopefully I can find them again. There should be one. Yes, should be one right over there.
Woo!
We're adding dogs. Everybody loves dogs, I hope. But yeah, these new dogs. What can you tell me about them, Bisser?
We're adding 3 breeds of dogs. We're adding greyhounds, we're adding boxers, and we're adding Warmeyers, if I'm pronouncing this correctly.
Okay. I think it's
I personally really love the idea because I saw in real life that when people are facing real life hardship, they do go the extra mile and the extra effort to save their pets. So I just imagine that when spaceships are falling apart and landing pods come crashing to an unknown planet, there will be at least some humans who will try to save their pets from disaster. And it's just something that I believe that would happen in real world as well. And this is how we came to the idea of dogs.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's
or how I
think it's a good little-
rationalize it. So
Yeah, no, I think it's a good addition to the. I think it's a good addition to the game. I think it's and especially the way you in the game, not excuse it as it were, but the reasoning behind why there are suddenly dogs from Earth on this alien planet. I think is really really fun as well, because it definitely makes it all feel, you know, part of the game, part of the game's story, part of the game's lore, etc., etc. Which I think is really, really cool. So I've set someone to observe this, and hopefully someone will run over and take a look at it. It's a bit far from the base, but hopefully someone will make its way there. And we do have some more aggressive animals here as well, which we might be able to tame at some point. We'll see. I'm going to try this one at least. I'm not too sure about these flyers, so I'm going to stay away from them for now. Okay. But yeah, let's. I think we can talk a bit about Mr. Hugo Delano, wherever he is. There he is. He's doing some scavenging. So tell me about Hugo. Where does he fit into all of this? What's his backstory? What's his thing?
He's Zoo Planet ex-employee. You can check the bio. He's a very interesting character. I love playing with him because he's also very skilled at farming, which means that he'll be able to help you grow farms, and also he's helping others raise his their farming skill. And he's also very good at taming. He basically cannot fail a taming attempt. But his farming skill, I think it's not high enough to tame most aggressive animals, which means that he needs to be additionally trained to do so.
And I also love like the little quirks about him. He's a bit of a glutton. For me, he gives a vibe of a Hagrid-like vibe from the Harry Potter universe. And yeah, I always
I can
imagine
see
him
it.
as similar to Hagrid, someone who would put animals first in his life. So
He definitely seems like the kind of person, and I gotta say, if it wasn't for this trait here, where he gets hunger more than other people, I think he would be very overpowered for a lot of people's game. Because, as you said, he will never fail a taming attempt, and he will also occasionally improve other people's farming skills. I think if I was in a position where I would start sending survivors off, I would keep him until maybe as like the second to last person, because then he could help whoever is the last person maybe be better at farming at some point. I think he starts off at level 4 in farming. He's already level 6 by this point in this save, so he is definitely worth it for that farming skill.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he's also slightly interested in combat as well. He's a war veteran, I believe, because there was some.
He was part of the resistance.
Yes, he was part of a resistance,
Yeah.
and then he decided to keep all the animals safe. But
Yeah, he did it for his love of animals, which I thought
love
was really
that.
cool.
I really, really like that.
Yeah.
And I think like Nerolia points out, the teacher mechanic is really, really good and quite unique. The fact that there's different characters that can teach other people how to improve, and I think that's also something that you would see that in a survival situation as well. So I like that little touch to this.
Yeah, someone asked if there's a taming job priority now.
We have a special activity group that's called ranching. I think you can see it.
Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this includes leading the animals, refilling the food storages for the animals, and also healing and so on. And you can set a different priority for the ranching activity.
We've got a lot of people with
this
pretty
is
good.
especially for taking care of the animals.
I was going to say, we've got a lot of people with pretty high farming abilities right here. So I'm going to set some of these priorities to 1 and then see if someone will run over and maybe try to take care of that dog. We also need to, let's see, someone needs to observe it as well. Yeah, we got some decent observation priorities here as well. So I think hopefully that dog should be part of our repertoire soon. There it is, still there, still hanging out. Good, stay there, sit, Ubu. Sit. Good boy. And obviously, like with the Olfin that I renamed earlier, you can also rename the dogs because you've got to have that personal touch. And one thing that I know is also very important in video games is you can also pet the dogs.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously you can pet and you can play with all the different animals. You can train the aggressive animals as well. So there's a lot to these mechanics here, which I think is very, very neat. I like it a lot. Don't have a dog myself, but I would definitely have several dogs in the game.
You can train the dogs as well,
Okay.
but for me it's always a tricky question. Do I want my dog to go into combat?
Yeah, do you want to potentially lose it? That is definitely a good question to consider, I think. Because, like you said, with the survivor bond that builds up and all of that stuff, I think it would be very heartbreaking if someone's dog were to be lost.
Yeah.
There was a question in chat here as well from, let's see, Jeff builds a base. I need to find out about the upper limit of how many dogs I can have. Please tell me or I will find out myself.
Oh, please find by yourself. We really want to see your screenshots.
Oh, like 100 dogs.
I think there's at least one screenshot from when we announced where I think there's 6, 7 dogs running around. But I don't know if that's sort of per survivor or just in general. But I haven't tried to tame all the dogs, as it were. But there
You
are
can
definitely
breed the dogs as well.
Yes, you can also do that. So you can try to have as many dogs as you want. Katina, on the way to observe this dog. You might not be able to make it, but you know what? I admire her gumption.
But it's 10 o'clock.
It is 10 o'clock, but she's like, no, I must observe this dog now. Which I like it a lot. And otherwise, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here, which I think is very, very good. Let's see if there's anything
Did you
else
set
going
up
on.
a little place for when you do tame
What
your
was that?
dog? Like a little resting
Oh, I should probably
place?
have like a sleeping spot or something. Is that
Oh,
what you
you've
mean?
got one here. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some here, but I can probably build another one. Oh, there's one of them as well, which I also need to observe in order to tame them. But that is a good shout. Can I build one? Yeah, there's even a silhouette of a dog in the small sleeping spot, which I appreciate immensely. That's great. All right, I'm going to do 2 there. There's a question here from Void Flakes. What happens if you put different breeds of dogs together? Do they all still interbreed, or is it just the same type of dog will interbreed with other dogs?
Well, the dogs that you will have as a result will not be a mixed breed.
Right. That's
So
fair
the
enough.
genes of one of the parents should
The
prevail.
dominant
Okay.
gene.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. All right, looks like... Oh, there's 2 dogs. There's
No.
several dogs. So that should be that's a boxer, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aw.
And then, yeah, we've got the Weimaraner over here. We've got the boxer. There's one in here, which should also be a boxer.
Ooh,
That's great. All right, please observe this dog.
lots of friends.
I love it. No, it's great. And, you know, the dog is sleeping, so it's not putting up much of a resistance when it comes to Katina here, just sort of looking at it and making sure that it's a dog.
It's
So,
a dog.
yeah. We love to see it. All right, so if you are, once again, if you're just joining us on this stream, welcome. We are playing Stranded Alien Dawn. We are checking out the new Tame and Train update, which is coming out tomorrow for this game, which is out now in early access. You can pick it up on Steam right now if you want to. My name is Jens. I'm part of the community team working for the publisher of Stranded Alien Dawn, and I'm joined on the couch by Lydia, and via the power of the internet, I'm joined by Visser and Kali from Haemimont Games, also known as the developers of Stranded Alien Dawn. And very, very soon we shall have this dog observed. Oh, there's a lightning strike on the way. I might need to have... Do we have... Oh, hold on. Yes, we have a lightning rod. Wonderful. So hopefully no one will get hit by lightning. Famous last words. There we go. Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. Katina did not get struck by lightning, which I think is really, really great. I'm going to see then if I can get this dog observed and then hopefully get it tamed.
Katina only had 2 hours of sleep.
She did. She'll be fine, I hope.
She's fine.
Yeah,
She's
it's
fine.
40% rest.
40%.
That's more than several people sometimes get, I think. Leaferton says get all the doggos. I'm going to try to at least get one of them, maybe 2 of them, and we'll see. We're also going to be observing some of these animals over here in order to make a taming attempt at them as well. Okay.
Oh, nearly done with the observation.
All right, we've found a Draka. We can now tame Drakas. We can also make Draka statues.
Ooh.
Which, oh yeah, we actually been able to tame a Gujo in the save. So we can build a Gujo statue if we want to, or we can build a Draka statue. I'm just gonna take a look at that. Good statue. That looks great. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Rita on her way to observe the dog.
Oh.
Just have to cross through this slight minefield here.
Oh
She kind
dear.
of went the long way.
I mean, I gotta admire her bravery. She was able to just cut through that and not have to deal with any of these aggressive animals. All right,
Ooh, nearly done.
there we go.
Yay.
Nice.
Discovered Weimaraner. And I'm gonna click out of that because that's something that I want players to discover on their own. So now, let's see here. Taming food. This should be dried meat, I believe.
Yes.
And let's see if we have some of that here. Maybe not. Raw red meat, dried meat. Oh, we have plenty of dried meat. Fantastic. 108 dried meat. And there's Hugo. He's off.
Go, Hugo.
All right. Please don't get killed by everything over there until while you keep
I
going.
think they've been pretty good, pretty passive.
All right. Poor Hugo might be getting hungry while he's on the way. He'll be fine, hopefully. I think he'll be fine.
38%.
Yeah, he'll be good.
It's a long walk.
I don't know
Make it.
I don't know how long these dogs take to tame, but if it's like the elephant, he'll be good. Also, he never fails.
Oh, it's Hugo. Yeah.
Yeah, and so here we go.
Yeah, that is quite powerful, though, isn't it? If we can never fail a taming attempt.
Obviously,
So-
some of the other animals have a higher threshold
Yeah.
than others.
And you still have to increase his farming as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
For other animals.
But
so.
it is currently at level 6, and it will obviously go up if he gets to do more farming. All right. Come here, boy. I love the little animation that he does as well, where it's like, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
here's some food.
Ooh,
Be cool. I'm good. I'm good.
it's on attack.
Yeah, it's a bit worried, but it'll get there.
Aww. I think they look really good.
Is he going to eat it? I mean, we know he's going to eat it because every tame is successful as long as Hugo does it.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yay!
Yay!
Success!
Aww. Time for pets.
Time for pets. For
That's a
bid
good
survival.
dog.
Oh no! No!
No! You disrupted the petting!
I turned the petting off.
No.
Oops. My bad. All right, this dog is going to be named Argyle because that was a suggestion in chat. And
Is it a male or a female?
It is a male
Yeah, male.
dog, so that is a fitting name for a dog, I think. And Argyle's going to crash over here.
You can also assign the sleeping spots for the animals as well.
Oh.
And you can train the dog.
I think that's, yeah, now it should be trainable, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Where's my dog? There's Argyle. At some point, it's gonna
Time to
go
go
there,
home.
I think. Time to
To
go
your
home,
new
Argyle.
home.
So let's see if we can. Oh yeah, assign owner, Argyle.
Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah, and there we got our Ulfins as well. That's great.
Some of them just don't have names. Orphan.
I mean, they're just Ulfin. There's Ulf 1 and Ulf 2. I don't know. Comment here from Leaferton saying, my Ken, Vivian, Lara, and Quinn team will have to be disbanded. I think Lara's getting replaced by Hugo and 1,000 dogs.
Imagine the food you have to provide, though. For
That's going to
them.
be a lot of food, but just breed a bunch of Ulfin and hopefully you should be fine. But then,
Yeah, true,
they're
true,
going to
true.
need a lot of food.
Yeah.
So
5 minutes ago, you were like having really a real problem of the idea of using Ulfen as food. Now, just because they're dogs,
I'm
there's
very
absolutely no
practical.
such restraints. I mean,
Yeah.
Jens will sacrifice the orphan for the dogs, basically.
Yeah, but no, it's it's going to be some work keeping all those animals, keeping all that food going. But you know, I know that our players are very resourceful. They can get through insane mode and chaos moons in
Yeah,
less than 3 in-game
I'm
years.
excited to see the,
So they
the,
should be able
the
to-
army
should
of
be able to do
animal,
that.
the army of tamed animals we're
Yeah,
going to
I
see
look forward to
Yes.
seeing it.
from all the players.
All right.
I can't wait to see that. I imagine that some players would love to compete against one another. How many dogs they could have?
Yeah.
Oh, I 100%. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna see so many dog screenshots over on the Discord, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so much fun. Question here from ZX Specky asking, I wonder if animals will help grumpy survivors. I have a candidate to make her specialized in animals. Maybe she won't be grumpy anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, they will, because when a survivor pets an animal, he gets a positive boost out of that, and they may eventually bound. As a result, this will give a permanent, or at least as long as you have the animal tamed boost for the survivor as well.
That's cool. That sounds great. Hugo on his way to petting Argyle. Hopefully Argyle will
Did you
Start
put
to
him back to petting?
move. I did put
Come at
petting
some
back
point.
on.
Because you cancelled the
He
petting.
was like, no, I must pet this dog.
but why isn't Argyle coming to the base?
I think he needs someone to lead him, so maybe Hugo will just
I
be
see,
like,
I
all
see,
right,
I
now
see.
I pet you. Come here, let's go.
I see. And then with dogs, you can train them.
Yes, with the
Yeah.
dogs you can train them as well. I did turn on training, so maybe someone will train Argyle at some point as well, and then he can be our little helper dog in case there's an attack, which is great.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
can see the train experience, and yeah, if
Oh,
you
yeah,
train
right
them,
here.
their attack will be stronger.
That's great. So yeah, we can also check out. But yeah, health, all of that stuff. Pain, much like with your survivors, you got their happiness meter as well. Was tamed, much plus happiness from that. In good health, plus happiness from that. So it is definitely a lot for you to do with these animals.
Oh, the lead is unticked.
No, that's for canceling it.
Oh, okay.
So this means that it's going to happen.
Oh, I see, I
We
see.
just need someone
Oh, yeah.
to make it happen. But here we are. Hugo, where are you going? Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay. You can't just go up to it. You have to
No, you
bring
have to
them,
sort
yeah.
of get the dog to come to
Yeah.
you.
Can't scare it.
Yes!
Okay, pet time.
Who's a good boy? Love to see it. We love to see it. Okay, I think we're gonna, let's see, is he, no, he's gonna go to sleep. Argyle's just gonna hang out. He's just gonna have a good time, off on his own. There are other dogs here, so maybe he still wants to keep with his
Aw,
pack, I
yeah.
think, is the thing. Or maybe he'll make his way over at some point. I mean, that's what happened with the Ulfin. Okay, I think we're gonna keep playing, and we're gonna keep taming some of these animals. There were some over here that we can tame. So let's get some of these Drakas as well. And but yeah, I think we're gonna let Bisser and Kali from Haemimont go while we continue playing for the next 15-20 minutes. But before we let you go, is there anything you want to mention to the community? Anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to, Any final words, which sounds
Well,
very
first of
ominous.
all, I do hope that the taming of the Draka goes as planned.
Oh.
And then later the Draka doesn't go berserk in the center of your base.
Oh, me too. Same.
But even if all this happens, we do hope that you're going to have pretty good time with it. And the one thing that I want to say to the community, as with every other previous stream, first of all, thank you for playing Stranded. If you haven't, give it a try. We think it's a great game. Tell us what you think about it. We're looking for your feedback, and we're constantly reading the discussion forums, the Discord, and taking into account what the players are telling us.
All right. Thank you so much to Bisser and Kali. Everyone in chat, say goodbye. And we will continue this playthrough very, very shortly. But
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us, Bisser and Kali. It was very, very great to have you here. All right. And we're back in the studio. We're going to continue playing very, very shortly, but we're going to see if we can get some game audio going, because there were some issues with that. But yeah, Taming and Training. It's very, very fun. I love the fact that we were able to tame a dog during the live stream.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my goals for this thing.
And you wanted to find them as well, so
Yes.
you were worried they might not show up, but
It
you
was-
found like 3.
It
so
was
it's
in my
perfect.
plan.
Yeah.
It was in my plan. Dogs, look for some dogs.
Look for dogs. Yeah.
So
I'm
it
glad
was
we were
great.
able to find them and give them pets.
Yes, I love that. So we're gonna keep a close eye on Argyle. He is just hanging out over there, hopefully having a good time.
Just staring.
Yeah, he's got 80% happiness.
okay.
That's pretty good, I'd say. Just hanging out, enjoying himself. Oh, we've got some animals coming in, so I think actually I need to.
Where's Argyle?
Where is Argyle?
No,
is he
I'm
safe?
scared. I don't want him to like.
I mean, he's further away, so
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine. I might actually. Very typical, I feel, that when we're in the middle of these streams, suddenly there's a
always
wild
an
animal
aggressive animal attack. Yeah.
But yeah, let's just have everyone go about their day. We'll see if someone will. Ooh, signal rocket. All right, cool. Expedition. We will see if anyone's able to tame one of these Draka. I'm gonna tame. Since that one's closer, I'm going to cancel this one. See if we can go for this one. Obviously, Hugo is the one going for it, which is great.
Go, Hugo.
Go, Hugo.
Is he still hungry?
Hugo, I think, I'm going to assume that Hugo is always a little bit hungry. No,
no,
he's
no,
pretty
he's
full.
good.
He's doing well.
Yeah.
All right. Can we plant canola? I don't think canola is part of the game's plants. But there are many different other types of plants that you can plant, and you can get different types of resource from it. For example, grain cope gives you grain, beef berries gives you beef berries, giant's grass gives you hay, or something that's similar
Did
to
you
hay.
just say beef berries give you beef berries?
Beef berries give you beef berries. Beef berry bushes give you beef berries. Obviously. Excuse me. Oh yeah, canola is an oil made from rapeseed. Well, there aren't rapeseed, but you can make grain, I think. This grain right here can be turned into oil, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is absolutely
You just need the
possible.
oil press.
Yeah. This right here, that is grain. Just don't eat it, because there's a 5% chance to get poisoning if you eat it. Apart from these Draka, which love to eat it.
He's gonna eat it.
He's gonna eat it.
He's eating it.
Hey, taming succeeded.
Ooh,
Look at that. All right.
that's a big one.
What do we name this one? All right, you are a large animal. You need to get a new sleeping spot. Hold on. Let's get a large sleeping spot going. Let's put it there. So you don't eat all of our... Yeah, it's just... it's just chowing down on the grain cob.
That's not yours.
So, let's see here. Scanix suggests big head, which...
Big head.
big head, because it's got a big head.
No.
I get it. I could name it Big Head. No, I think I want to name it something else. Talos? Oh, after the other survivor named Talos, because he's big. I feel like there's something else going on here. Oops, sorry. Mouse is falling down. Spike, says TacBot. That's a very good suggestion. Thank you so much, TacBot, for suggesting that. Call it Ripley. Oh, Bob was also very, very good. So there's a question if I can have the dog beds inside. So they're kind of inside with these shelters here. These are animal shelters that you can build. And so this dog bed right here is assigned to, well, both of them, I think now, are assigned to... Oh, it's only one per. Okay. So yeah, one of them is assigned to Argyle now. And this thing needs to be taken away.
Stop eating our grain.
Please stop eating our grain now.
So this is what happens when you have more animals in your farm.
That is something that could happen.
They eat your food.
They will eat your food. Let's also get a bigger shelter going right about here. And obviously, like with the human shelters, these can be sort of linked together to make a bigger, larger kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like people will end up separating the different animals that they tame into different areas, I feel like, so that they can keep, certain, animals in one area, orphan in one area, and then maybe like a dog pen type of situation.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that would make it nice. So I do wonder if I'd want to keep it kind of orderly.
I would. Oh, animal attack incoming. Okay, everyone. All right, where are they coming from? Oh, they're coming over there. Okay.
Yeah, Spike is enjoying that grain.
Spike is definitely enjoying some of his grain. So
he's not moving. He's just walking all over it.
Yeah, no, he'll get there at some point. All right, everyone, start blasting. All right, where is this? Oh, I saw that there was one insect coming in somewhere, but I can't see it anymore now. All right, hold on. No, don't go anywhere. Oh, there's one. Attack it, please. Oh no, it's going after our Ulfin.
Oh no! Has it been fattened up though?
If it hadn't been fattened up, it could have been fattened up, maybe.
Oh no,
All
there's a baby one.
Oh, the Ulf. I think maybe the Ulfin's helping us. No, it's just gonna hang out.
Oh no, it's kind of.
A little bit. I think it might be because someone was attacking its young. Please don't be attacking us. Oh no, it's literally helping. Yeah, because
it is helping,
one of the insects attacked its young, and so it's helping out.
Yeah.
That's great. That's wonderful. We love to see that. All right.
Amazing.
Well done. Thank you, Ulfin. All right. If you are just joining us, thank you for joining us, whether you're on Twitch or on YouTube. This is Stranded Alien Dawn that we are playing. It is a game out now in early access, and we are checking out the new update, Tame and Train update, which is coming out tomorrow on January the 24th on Steam, on PC, because this game is currently in early access over on Steam. So if you pick it up now, then you'll have the update ready to go tomorrow if you decide to download it. Or if you want to wait a little bit, that's obviously fine, but there's going to be more updates down the line as well. And yeah, it's been great fun so far. It came out in October, and this will be the second early access update coming to Stranded Alien Dawn. And then, all right, Nova here. Are you going to take care of the Ulfin first? I think so.
Yeah, someone in chat asked what you actually do in this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good question. So, Stranded Alien Dawn is a planet survival sim in which you manage a group of survivors that have crash landed on an alien planet. Oh, my mouse keeps slipping. Sorry about that. Where you manage a group of survivors by giving them various orders of things to do. So, for example, you will tell them to build a camp. You will tell them to construct certain things, make a campfire, cut down trees, observe things around them in order to get more resources. And it's all a matter of keeping everyone alive for long enough to make some sort of radio relay, radio communication device to contact passing ships in order to get them to send down escape pods so your survivors can leave the planet. Now, the sort of what am I trying to? I'm trying to think of the word here. The
Catch?
thank you. The catch. Yes.
Oh,
thank
okay.
you. The catch is that you can only send one survivor at a time when there's a passing ship with a drop pod, with a rescue pod, and so it's all up to you in choosing. Oh, who's going to be sent first? Should it be the person who's, should it be the former war veteran because, maybe he's old and tired and should be sent home, but maybe he's also really good at fighting, so maybe you should keep him around for a little bit. Maybe it should be the person who's gathering all of the food, but they're also a very good farmer. You might want to keep them around just in case you need some extra resources. So there's a lot of those kinds of choices that you have to make. But yeah, the idea is the plan is to, the goal of your playthrough is to eventually send your survivors away from the planet, back to the lives that they unfortunately had to leave behind once they crash landed. But yeah, you will then have to start automating things, give them orders. You can also give them direct orders, or you can prioritize their activities via this handy-dandy list right here. And you can also set their schedules and make sure that, at certain times is when they eat, at certain times is when they sleep, when they relax, when they work, and then they will carry out whatever order you give them.
Yeah. Someone asked, what are some of the hazards you have to look out for? Well, there's quite a few.
Well, we just saw one of them.
Yeah.
So periodically you will be attacked by animals that come that come to attack your base. And those waves will increase in difficulty depending on various things that are going on in your base and various things, in your tech tree and all that stuff.
And your clothes as well. Your survivors need new clothes each time because they will have a kind of, what would you call it, where it kind of disintegrates slowly?
So
things can disintegrate slowly, as well as food can also expire. So you need to kind of keep up with your food supplies, as well as keeping up with crafting new clothes so that your survivors don't freeze to death in wintertime. And also, because a lot of food doesn't grow in the wintertime, you have to prepare for those slower months where you won't get as much resources. So you kind of have to build up enough resources where you will be able to survive those months where things will be a little bit more lower in terms of your resource output.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This, as you can see here, we've got a bit of a stockpile going here already with plenty of resources. We've got plenty of grain over here. We've got a lot of medicines that we've made, all sorts of different things to keep our survivors happy and healthy and well fed. We finally managed to bring Spike over here, but Spike is just going to hang out and eat some more plants, I believe.
It's more about grain.
Spike is just like, I don't abide by your rules.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I am an aggressive animal. I will do what I want.
I will eat my plants now. Thank you. But yeah, that is. Those are some of the hazards. Yeah, it is a survival game. So make sure that your survivors eat, that they get enough sleep, that you have to manage their happiness as well. And
There's
then,
a lot of intricacies involved in the game. I feel like that gives people and players a lot more challenge than you might first expect. It's not just, feed them, and then that's it. It's kind of, there's a lot more involved. And as well, with the introduction of the Tame and Train update, you will now have probably more mouths to feed, but also it comes with benefits too. If you train certain animals, they can also help you to fight alongside you as well. So you kind of just have to outweigh your, your options, I think.
Absolutely. Oh, Rita here is bonded with an dolphin, so that's going to be.
Dancing.
That's great.
Spike's dancing.
Argyle's starving. Poor Argyle.
Wait, what happened to Argyle?
I mean, Hugo's going to try to lead Argyle away, so hopefully.
We're too focused on Spike.
Come on, Argyle. Yay. But yeah, no, Rita had a bit of a dance with the Draka. That's great. And
that was
everyone's
cute.
Slightly falling asleep. Oh, we could have named the Draka Raka, because I think it would be Raka the Draka.
Ah.
But then that's going to cause some confusion with Raka the human. but then it's going to be Draka Raka and Human Raka, I think. All right, but then, yeah, and obviously your survivors will have a schedule that they need to follow. That's you can set that up as well. And as Lydia mentions, there will be more mouths to feed with Tame and Train, and many different types of animals you can try to tame and then train potentially, depending on what sort of animal they are.
Yeah, and if you saw when we had an attack, the orphan actually did help us, even though it is not an aggressive animal.
Yes, I think it was because...
Yeah, because it was attacking the baby.
Its baby was being attacked, yes.
So there are chances for the orphan to help you with attacks if they choose to do so.
If they choose to do so. I mean, I totally get it. Like, if your baby's being attacked, you want to pick up arms, as
but it helped us in the end, so that was good.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's build a dog statue. Oh, poor Hugo's going to have a meltdown soon.
He's been training. He's been taming too much.
He's been, you know, he's had to run all the way over there to pick up Argyle. Poor Argyle is unfortunately starving, but hopefully you should be able to eat soon enough. Oh no, now the rain came. No.
No, our first dog we tamed, and it's already unhappy.
And it's already miserable.
Yes.
Poor, nothing's coming up Hugo. It's all just, yeah.
It's all coming crashing down.
It's all coming crashing down. But you know what? We're in a pretty good state in this camp, I gotta say.
Did Hugo
really,
even
really
sleep?
No, Hugo was busy fetching Argyle. As you can see, he's leading him. But Hugo will go to bed soon, and everything will be fine. Everything will be.
It'll be
good.
fine. The famous words of Jens.
You know how I say with all of these with all these streams, everything will be fine. All right, should we make some? Yeah, let's make some smoke leaf tea. Because why not? Let's keep this going. Any other animals that we can tame? So we got more of these drakas. We got some flying insects. Seems relatively peaceful. Got a bloated insect. We've got more olphin, flying insects. Flying insects. That one's asleep. Let's see what else we have here.
Trevor Smith asked, is there different amounts of survivors each play? Yeah, you can choose choose the survivors you start off with. So you get a choice of, so you can choose up to four when you start your playthrough, and then whilst you're playing, you may run into chances of finding more people along your journey. So,
as you can see here, we have 5 survivors instead of the standard 4, which means that at some point, maybe a survivor
randomly walked in.
That can happen.
And you can find them on expeditions as well.
Which you do with the balloon right here. So it is definitely possible to add more survivors to your camp, to your base, to your group, as it were. It just, you know, circumstances need to be right for them to come in. I've seen some players have up to 10 in one group. That seems like a lot, but you know, more survivors means that there are more mouths to feed, but then also more people to help out in construction or carrying resources or anything like that.
Yeah, and because all the survivors have unique traits and also skills that they are specialized in, sometimes it might help if you get one that's really good in something that you might have been lacking. So then you're like, oh yeah, we can use them to do all the research because they have a really high intelligence, and then it might help you out. But then some of them might not help you out because they have some traits that could not be helpful to you. Like some of them, you know, don't eat meat, so you have to cater to their food options and things like that.
They all have different skills, traits, abilities, all of that stuff. Like we talked about Hugo, for example, who's coming out in the Tame and Train update tomorrow. He will never fail at animal training, animal taming, excuse me, or he will teach other survivors to be good at farming. Rita here has the natural curiosity trait, has chance to field observe unknown species during expeditions, permanently increased happiness, which is very good to have, at least in the beginning of the game. And
Yeah, but some survivors have traits that might not be super useful to you. That might, yeah. So, as Hugo's one is that he gets hungrier 25% faster. So then that means you have to feed him,
Yep.
more often or more food. So it kind of counterbalances what he's good at, and what might affect your gameplay as well. So.
So there's definitely a sort of push-pull when it comes to choosing which survivors you bring with you in the beginning of the game, and also choosing which survivors if they show up, because it's random. But if someone shows up, then whether or not to take them on, or whether or not to send them on their way. Yeah, but I do think that I do believe there is an achievement for having up to 8 in a single save, so it is definitely possible. Ooh, someone found ale. No, someone made ale in the fermentation barrel. All right, we've got humming flies.
Doesn't seem like you can tame them.
I
though.
do not think that they are tameable, but nope, they are
No.
not. Species is untamable, too primitive for domestication. So yeah, there's definitely certain animals that you can't have as part of your tamed animal menagerie. That's the word. But some of these other ones, for example, like the Ulfin, like the Draka, like the Gujos, like the dogs. Where's Argyle? Is he here? There he is, sleeping away,
Aww.
and has eaten some.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Our Ulfin over here
And
also.
if you find a female dog, there are chances for you to produce offspring, which is quite cool.
I think that's really, really great. All right, let's see. Any other animals nearby that we can check out? There's another Ulfin. There's some buttermelons over here. That's a flying insect. Is that? No, that's a log. That's not an animal. Ulfin,
A sleeping
Ulfin.
log.
Another humming fly. I think these, the bloated insects are also too primitive to be domesticated. Oh wow, there's a lot of them over here.
Yeah, we have to eat, put the meat in the feeder because dogs don't eat the grain.
That's true. Let's see if I can. Well, we've got some slop here, which I think all of them eat.
Some slop. That does sound so appetizing.
That's appetizing, doesn't it? Yeah, diet carnivore. Let's see here. Does as vegetarian, yes. Decreased happiness effect. All right, well, let's try that too. Yeah, animal food, carnivore. Let's remove the slop. And then someone will carry that out at some point.
There's a bug in the bed. The big bed.
Oh, that. I was like, what? Oh, that bug.
There's a bug in the
I
bed.
did not see it.
Bed
Oh yeah, I
bugs.
forgot that there's a literal bed bug. Yeah, literal bed bug. Where are the other bugs here?
Oh,
Small flying
that's really
lizard.
cute looking.
Don't think I can. Can I observe you? I'm going to try to observe you. That's a chew root. Yeah. I think all of the other bugs have naturally despawned. Ooh, maybe this was brought in by. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I like how they're just grazing on the grass.
Yeah, it's quite nice, quite peaceful. Okay, you're flying around. Let's get this other Draka here tamed. There we go. All right, how are you doing, Hugo? Oh, that's a bad happiness.
I don't think he's ready
Crushingly unhappy. He's tired and unrelaxed.
Oh,
Okay.
yep. He's been busy,
Okay,
that's
Hugo,
why.
what do you like to do though? You like to hang out with animals.
He likes veggie pizza.
Go pet the animal. Go pet Argyle. I don't think we have veggie pizzas, but that is actually a good suggestion. Can we make a veggie pizza for... Yes, we can. Oh, we do have veggie pizzas.
You have 4 in stock.
Oh yeah, there's one right there. About to go bad,
Oh no.
but I'm sure it's fine.
No, it's emitting green aura.
And here's our dog statue. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Aw, very nice.
And, you got Psychit in the chat. Welcome, Psychit. How are you doing?
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're checking out the Tame and Train update, which is coming out tomorrow, which I'm sure you're excited for. But yeah, absolutely. So excited for the updates, to Psychit in chat, right after I say those words. So it's great to have you here. If those out there don't know, Psychit is one of the amazing content creators that we sometimes work with, and so feel free to head on over and check out her channel.
Yeah, show Psychic the doggo we tamed.
Oh yeah, we tamed a dog. Check it out. That's Argyle. He's a Weimaraner. And
Having a little peruse around our
he's got
camp.
5 food. He needs, I think he's just eating whatever he wants to, but he needs, he needs some more food at some point. But he's going to be fine, I think. He should be okay. Where's our, all right, how many, we got 4 tamed animals now. That's great. Looking fairly happy.
Well, I thought we had another one.
No, I think we did the 2 Ulfin, and then
okay.
I was in progress of
yes,
another
yes.
Draka
Okay.
over here somewhere, I think. Maybe. No, I tried to do one of the flying ones, and I kind of scared it off. I maybe should have had the pacifier, which I didn't have, unfortunately. That's the research desk. Here's the workbench, which actually does not have the pacifier, because it does not seem to have been researched. Oh, we need healing bomb for that. Okay.
Still need that healing bomb.
Still needed healing bomb. All right. Well, I think then that we can. Oh, is that? Yeah, cloth blossom. Great. I think then that we can call this the stream here to a close. We've definitely had a very extensive look at the new Tame and Train update, and I'm incredibly excited.
And we successfully tamed.
We successfully tamed
animals.
so many animals.
Yeah, and we found the dogs.
Yeah, Sterile Ulfin. We found dogs. We did the Drakas. We tamed so many animals. It was great. So let's try to quickly summarize the Tame and Train update, which is coming out tomorrow. So we are adding in a new animal taming mechanic. There's some new research that you can do and some new things you can discover through animal taming. You will, of course, need to take care of your animal's needs. Some of them will provide you with resources. There's some animal combat for certain animals that have that ability. And your survivors will bond with animals, and animals will bond with your survivors. And then that will give them a boost to their happiness. There's a new survivor coming out as well in the update.
Yeah.
And what else am I
There's
forgetting?
some new constructions.
There absolutely is. There's some new constructions you can make, like sleeping spots and animal shelters.
And
Thank you,
animal
Lydia.
feeders.
Feeders as
Just
well.
for your animals. Yeah.
There's plenty of stuff to do, and I'm very much looking forward to see what everyone thinks when they have their hands on this new update, which is coming out tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled on our social channels for when that happens. You can find it at just search for Stranded Alien Dawn on all of the socials, and you should find it there. I want to give a huge thank you to everyone for watching. I want to give a huge thank you to Haemimont Games, to Bister and Kalina for joining us for the stream. I want to give a huge shout out to the mods in chat. I want to give a huge shout out to the rest of the community team. Obviously to Lydia for joining me on the couch. And massive shout out to Tim for covering for poor producer Adam, who is still sick with COVID, but should hopefully be well very, very soon.
Yeah.
We miss you, Adam. We love you. Thank you to Tim for stepping in as producer on short notice. And check out Stranded Alien Dawn in early access right now on Steam.
And come chat to us on the Discord as well when you get a chance to play it tomorrow when it comes out.
We would love to hear what you all think.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's going to do it. as I said before, the Tame and Train update is out tomorrow. And that's going to do it for this here live stream. I've been Jens. That's been Lydia. And we will see you guys next week for another Strat at Alien Dawn live stream.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.